it's the sixth day of the crisis here in Marawi, and authorities are now more aggressive in flushing out members of the MAUTE group as more and more bodies of civilians allegedly killed by the MAUTE group members are retrieved.
Inosente sila po, inosente. Mababait sila. Mababait sila.
Atrocities continue in Marawi City as at least 8 bodies of civilians were found in a ravine along illegal Marawi Road. Based on accounts of witnesses and employers of the victims, those bodies found were employees of a rice mill, a bakery, and a school.
Kasi sinabi sa kanila, wala kayong lalabas. Di pilit sila lumabas, sumama sa kamag-anak namin. Sila sa bumba. Hinabangan sila, sabi niya, sino ang mga Christian dito? Akala nila. Akala nila. Yun, sinabi kami, yung pala kukunin sila.
Witnesses say they were fleeing to Iligan City when at least 20 alleged members of MAUTE group flagged them down. All the people were asked to recite a Muslim prayer, and those who failed to recite were taken, including Maranaos, who froze during the incident. A police officer who was the first to respond in the area says the victims were allegedly killed in the morning.
Basta ang sinumbong sa amin lang mga alas 8 ng
umaga. The blood still fresh and scattered on the roadside. Slugs of bullets were also found in the area. But what's interesting about the incident is that if the rebels and their hostages came from Marawi, they had to pass a military checkpoint, a few hundred meters from the crime scene. So the question now is how they managed to pass the checkpoint without authorities noticing the hostages and the armed men. The police and the military have yet to issue a statement on the matter.
That is also a concern. That is one of the things that we need to discuss with our AFP.
The Crisis Management Committee has yet to give a number as to how many civilians were killed due to the atrocities. But retrieval of bodies continue as government forces clear more areas of the city. Well, both the military and the local government say that their priority is the safety of civilians. Now, thousands of people have fled Marawi City, but officials here say that more than 2,000 people are still trapped within the conflict zone. Now, efforts to rescue them are being done as airstrikes and ground battles continue, like what we have seen and witnessed earlier in one of the alleged lairs of the MAUTE group here. A series of airstrikes were carried out as ground troops finish the remaining terrorists in the area. Now, a local government official says they have asked the military to do away with airstrikes because of possible damages to properties, worse, lives. Now, but the military says these airstrikes are necessary to suppress those MAUTE member groups, the snipers of the MAUTE group, who have inflicted much damage to the troops. Bye.
George, are evacuations still ongoing?
Actually, for today, it's more of rescue operations rather than evacuation. So, as I've said earlier, more than 2,000 people are still trapped within the conflict zone. And we've seen the efforts of the military, of the police, as well as a local government to go to these areas, to the conflict zone, to rescue these people. As of now, there are still areas that are still being cleared by the military and the police. So, as the days go by, we are waiting if all the civilians in those areas will be rescued as soon as possible. None
that I have heard of, pero an LGU very close to Davao City, they have an incident of radicalization na tawag kasi nila. And these were done by foreign-looking individuals na in-accommodate ng imam sa mosque and doon nag-lecture sa mosque. Pero sa Davao, wala.
Ma'am, siguro syempre the spotlight is on Davao City because the president is here. Yun nga, a few months ago, ma'am, na-target din tayo nitong mga ng act of terrorism. Parang how are we coping overall with these added pressures, ma'am? We are under martial law.
We take it day by day. We also follow and listen in the policy direction of the office of the president. But overall, Davao City is not a stranger to these kinds of things. So, mga taga Davao and yung mga PNP and AFP units operating in Davao City, medyo alam na kung anong kailangan gawin ng mga ganito ng mga situation. Except that, ang bago lang ngayon, merong martial law.
Samantala sa mga magulang, palaging gabayan ang inyong mga anak para mailayo sila sa kapahamakan at masamang impluensya. Sa Caloocan City, nahulikam ang pamumukpok ng bato ng isang bata sa isang estudyante habang patay naman sa rayot ang isang binatilyo. Narito ang report ni Atina Imperial, exclusive.
Naabala ang mga motoristang bumabagtas sa EDSA sa bahagi ng Caloocan nang habulin ng mga pulis ang isang minor de edad na lalaki. Nagpaikot-ikot ang lalaki sa EDSA at pilit na tinakasan ang mga humahabol sa kanyang alagad ng batas. Bago nangyari ang tila patintero ng bata at ng mga pulis, nakuha na ng CCTV camera ang isang estudyante habang naglalakad sa kahabaan ng EDSA. Ilang sandali lang, 3 bata ang sumunod sa kanya. Ang isa, pumulot ng malaking tipak ng bato sa bangketa. Maya-maya pa, sapol sa batok ang walang kamalay-malay na estudyante na nauwi sa away ng dalawa. Sinita ng mga pulis ang ginawa ng batang namukpok na nauwi sa habulan. Hindi bababa sa 5 pulis ang tumugis sa bata. Di rin nagtagal, nahuli na ang bata. Ayon sa mga pulis, perwisyo raw ang inaabot ng mga motorista sa tuwing may mga batuhan at away bata sa kalsada. Sa Barangay 8 sa Caloocan, perwisyo rin ang inabot ng mga residente at motoristang nadadamay sa mga rambol ng kabataan. Dito lang daw July 25, isang 17 taong gulang na lalaki ang namatay dahil sa rayot. Kwento ng mga tanod, karaniwan daw na bato at bote ang mga ihinahagis ng mga bata. Pero ang ikinamatay ng nasabing biktima, tama ng baril sa ulo.
Minsan mga kabataan, minsan may mga niloloko pa kami. Sasabi sa amin, habol. Eh simple kami, hindi man kami pwedeng humabol eh. Kasi unang-una, bawal sa amin tumawag ng jurisdiction nang wala kaming coordinate sa isang barangay.
Ang mga opisyal ng barangay, tila nagiging sukatan daw ng katapangan ng mga batang lalaki ang pagsali sa mga rambol. Madalas naman daw na hindi madisiplina ng mga magulang ang mga nasabing minor de edad. At aminado raw ang ibang magulang dito.
Yun talaga yung sakit sa ulo namin, yung mga ganong kabataan eh. Para naiiwasan na natin yung mga ganong problema. Nagkakaroon ng batuhan, minsan may mga sasakyan na dadamay. Ang number 1 yung nadidiskrasya na walang kalaban-laban.
Para sa unang balita, Athena Imperial, reporting.
Naghain ng resolusyon ang mga senador sa minorya para sa pag-convene ng 2 kapulungan ng Kongreso. Ito ay para sa isang joint session hinggil sa pagtalakay sa martial law at suspensyon ng writ of habeas corpus sa Mindanao. May ulat si Joy Gumatay.
Ilang sandali bago sumalang sa closed-door briefing patungkol sa martial law declaration sa buong Mindanao, naghain ng resolusyon ang minority group senators para himukin ang Kongresong magsagawa ng joint session para sa approval o revocation ng nabanggit na executive order. Binuo ito nila Senador Kiko Pangilinan, Senador Risa Ontiveros, Senador Franklin Drilon, Senador Bam Aquino at Senador Antonio Trillanes IV.
It has to be reflected in a official proceeding and magkaroon ng public record dito sa usapin na ito.
Ganito rin ang pananaw ni Senador Risa Ontiveros na naniniwalang mahalagang maipahayag ang boses ng minoryang grupo, gayong ipinagtatanggol nila ang demokrasya ng bansa at karapatang pantao ng mga sibilyang apektado ng sagupaan.
E paano po natin malalaman kung hindi majority ng Senate ay gustong mag-revoke ng proklamasyon ng o deklarasyon ng martial law kung hindi kami uupo? At para sabihin na hindi naman kailangan umupo kung hindi ire-revoke, kalahating pagbasa lang yon sa utos ng konstitusyon.
Samantala, ibinahagi naman ni Senador Cynthia Villar na sa kanilang special session linggo ng gabi, mayorya ng mga senador ay pabor sa martial law at nakikitang hindi na kailangan pa ng joint session para i-revoke ang deklarasyon. Sapat na ani Villar ang closed-door briefing na pinangunahan nila Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana, AFP Chief General Eduardo Año at National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon Jr. para malinawan ang lehislatibo sa plano ng Pangulo para malabanan ang terorismo sa bansa. Nang matanggap naman ni Senate President Coco Pimentel ang resolusyon mula sa minoryang grupo, aniya,
pwedeng mamaya na muna yan, step by step tayo kasi dito kami muna sa substance ng report inputs from the martial, tawag kay martial law administrator, si Secretary of National Defense. And then kung let us say satisfied na kami mamaya, then we can now move to the next step.
Para sa Bayan, Joy Gumatay.
The Philippine National Police also assures there is nothing to worry about the President's declaration of martial law in Mindanao. It said the provisions of the Philippine Constitution will remain effective in this report.
Be Filipinos first and do not politicize President Rodrigo Duterte's declaration of martial law in Mindanao. This is what PNP spokesperson Senior Superintendent Leonardo Carlos has to say to critics. Carlos also assured that the public has nothing to be feared in the martial law declaration since it will not be like former President Ferdinand Marcos's rule. Carlos said the provisions of the 1935 Constitution were more limitless compared to which of the 1987.
Ako, personally, I believe that kami sa Philippine National Police, there's nothing to fear pertaining to the issuance of declaration of martial law in Mindanao. Primarily, what is the objective? What is the goal? This is for the benefit of the people of Mindanao, particularly Marawi.
Meanwhile, the Department of National Defense clarified in the guidelines it released that the operation of the Constitution will not be suspended amid the implementation of martial law in Mindanao. Functions of the judicial and legislative branches of the government will remain, and they will still be headed by civilians. Authorities must also conduct their operations, such as searches, arrests, seizures, and filing of charges, in accordance to the revised rules of court. However, PNP Legal Officer Chief Inspector Jose Naguera said that warrantless arrest can be done in cases relating to rebellion.
Pero under certain circumstances, nandun pa rin po yung warrantless arrest, which is enshrined under Section 5, Rule 113 of the Rules of Court.
The police also assured that it will strictly obey the anti-torture law and will continue to respect human rights. For PTV News, Lala Babilonia.